Good morning, everyone. This is Dante again, and I'm actually up pretty early. This is like a 5 a.m. video right here, so I'm gonna do my best to construct my thoughts, and we'll see how it goes early in the a.m. So, I saw a random comment posted just online. It wasn't on anything that I have, like a YouTube or anything, but it was about an Alan Watts lecture, and it was talking about the fact that we want our suffering and we want our pain. Just to go into a basic level, not to explain his entire lecture. That was part of what he was trying to explain. And while in some aspects I agree that with the excitement and with the success and with everything great that also comes, we want these other things because the suffering and the pain and the rejection and the failure, it all comes with it to achieve or to grasp what it is we believe that we want. So in that sense, I do believe that. However, when I think about humanity at large, I almost feel like if we're going to make the comment that we want the pain and the suffering, that means we would have to, by that logic, want everything in the universe. I mean, not only what happens to us, everything that happens to us, which is something he talks about as well, but that everything that's going on in the universe, we want it to play out how it plays out. And that becomes a difficult question because we are one form. Again, we are one form of this universe. We are everything in a sense. If you look around, you see everything and you're a part of everything. In the sense of if you were like a mirror reflecting, you were looking into the mirror of the universe and you're being reflected by many things in the universe. But it becomes difficult when you think about all the entities in the universe to say that you want this suffering or you want that suffering or you want that pain. That becomes difficult, and honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. I haven't been able to come up with a very clear theory yet. And Alan Watts, again, the guy is one of my favorite lecturers. He went into this stuff deeper than I've ever gone before. But it becomes difficult when there are so many perspectives out there. Other than answering some small fundamental questions, how do I dive into someone else's brain and say they, in their heart, want another human being to suffer or want something else to suffer? Granted, by doing a bit of introspection, one can figure out that some interesting thoughts will pop up in your brain. Some thoughts you never thought you could have. Sometimes very violent thoughts, sometimes hate thoughts, sometimes wishing pain in a way. It comes in and boom, it pops out. Like you pop it like a bubble, right? Boop, it's gone. So, again, then that goes even further, and you may start to question the concepts of good and evil, and you'd have to read a lot of Friedrich Nietzsche and some other authors and philosophers to try to understand that as well. And when you dive deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole, much of this stuff becomes confusing. So, to reiterate what I said before I went on this long side tangent of sorts, Alan Watts explains that we want pain and suffering. And while in the pursuit of something we think we want, I believe that is probably the case. I think the fact that we want pain and suffering as a whole becomes a bit more unclear because I'm one person and there's 7.5 billion people on the planet, not to mention all the billions upon billions, possibly trillions of life forms on this planet. So that means I want suffering for everything else too. Yeah, I'm not ready to make that claim. And if we're going to make that claim, that means that essentially we come down to the very fact that we are one with the universe in that we want everything to happen that has happened, is happening, and will happen. Again, this is Dante Medlock, trying to get an early video in. Just some thoughts I had to get off my mind, chest, whatever you want to call it. Feel free to leave comments, questions, concerns in the comments below, and I'll get back to you when I can. Simple man trying to discover his truth, on and out. Okay, bye.